Are you struggling with feeling stuck in your life journey? Does it seem as if the challenges or conflicts that you keep experiencing are on repeat? Healing through feeling could be your new way through to a more satisfying life. Now, here is the host of the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide, Sharyn Nichols.
Welcome, everyone, to today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols. It has been since we marched into spring, and then we moved through April, and here we are now in May. You know what? There are no words. I truly have been thinking about this as to how I was going to start, and unfortunately, last week's show was on today's show is on procrastination. Last week's show was also supposed to be procrastination, and unfortunately, I had to replay a past show. And so I've had even more time to be with procrastination. I've had even more time to be with myself, to be with all of the feelings that have come up for me. And yesterday was Mother's Day here in the United States. And so I just want to just acknowledge all of the mothers out there and all the nurturers and all the mothers of fur babies and just anyone and everyone, and even some of the men who show up as nurturers, as mothers, because we all have our own inner self that is our own inner mother, if you will. And I apologize. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that. I was told I needed to stop apologizing for just being me, for just showing up. And I've just been holding so much energy for so many people for so long that I actually took the day off yesterday, or at least half of the day, it being Mother's Day. And I had some feelings about that. I had a little bit of guilt because maybe I was procrastinating and putting off doing things with my family or having those conversations that perhaps needed to happen. So I'm going to get into all of this a little bit of time. However, right now I'm going to start with what I usually do with it, which is a fabulous meditation. So let's all receive a breath together. Grounding, allowing, just being. So allowing your eyes to close and receiving a breath. And scanning your body from head to toe. And notice if there are any aches or pains, any tension. Check your head, your neck, your torso, your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, your ankles. Move, loosen any parts that feel stuck or heavy. And on the exhale of your next breath, let it all go. Focus on my voice and your breath. Now think of a time, or think about some things that you've been putting off, that you've been procrastinating, doing. The first one that comes to mind is usually a good place to start. Some questions to ponder. Have you been putting off this task because it's something that you do not enjoy doing? Is this task not a priority? Or if it is a priority, are you afraid of failing? Do you fear failing? Are you putting off even beginning the task because you want to do it perfectly? Is the task too difficult and you're afraid to ask for help? Are you worried that you won't have time to complete it? Are you worried about being judged? Do any of these reasons apply to you and why you've been procrastinating? Maybe there's some other things or other reasons that I haven't mentioned that have been preventing you from completing tasks. Keep breathing. Now let's notice the thoughts you're having as you think about the task, the excuses, the explanations. Are you beating yourself up? Let's move into some affirmations. Let's move this energy. Let's unwind it. Because you do not need to be holding on to all of these thoughts and feelings that all of my questions just brought up. Saying to yourself, I'm aware of the reasons I have been procrastinating, and I know this behavior only truly hurts me. I spend my time on what matters. I know that procrastination is only a waste of time, and I don't have time to procrastinate. I am capable of completing this task. I know I will feel better if I just get started. I do not have to do things perfectly. Nothing is perfect. Making my best effort is enough. When I have finished the task, I will be free from it. Overcoming procrastination, just starting, just doing, is something I can achieve. Be your own cheerleader. Allowing these affirmations to become a part of you. Receiving a breath. Bring yourself back. Don't wander off. Come back. Come back to your breath. Imagine how you will feel once you have completed the task. Seeing yourself starting. Visualizing just the first step. Then the second. The third. Every step until the task is completed. Any easy staircase to climb. Notice how you feel and how you look that the task is now completed. What is your posture? The expression on your face, the volume of the sigh of relief, the slap of the sound of you giving yourself a high five. Acknowledge that this is who you are now. You are a person who does the things that need to be done so you can spend more time enjoying the things that bring you joy rather than the things that continue to bring you down. It is so easy. It is right there. Every moment is the choice. Choose joy. Choose to take the step. Receiving a breath. Give yourself a few moments to reawaken and get reoriented to your surroundings. Stretch if you need to, allowing your body to move into this new space, this present moment that you have now inhabited. And when you are ready, allowing your eyes to open. And coming back. And what a perfect time for a break. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first segment of the Feel to Heal show on procrastination with myself, Sharyn Nichols. And when we come back from break, we're going to dive deep into what procrastination is, why we procrastinate, and some things that we can do to stop it. I look forward to seeing you back from break.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, on the Inspired Choices Network. And today's topic is procrastination. And in the very beginning of the show, I talked a little bit about procrastination, and I did not go into as to why I chose this topic. And if you also need to or want to, you can always go back and listen to the meditation on procrastination. So I chose this topic with a big sigh of relief, because there's two types of procrastination. I am going to go into the definition of it in a minute. However, there's the procrastination of deadlines. We procrastinate up into a deadline, and that's what we keep telling ourselves, and that's what we are with most of the time. And when someone says, you're a procrastinator, we think about when we come up to a deadline. Except we're also procrastinate in not living our life's purpose. And so I'm going to talk about both. But first, let's go into because you know me, I love definitions. So procrastination is habitual or intentional delay of starting or finishing a task despite knowing potential negative consequences. Boy, is that so being a human being. So procrastination is the action of unnecessarily and voluntarily delaying or postponing something. Despite that there will be negative consequences. So the word originated from the Latin word procrastinatus, which evolved from the prefix pro, meaning forward, and crastinus, meaning of tomorrow. Well, of course we procrastinate. I love this Latin word. And we use it now as a badge. We use it as a way to stop ourselves from doing what we know I'm not even going to say what we need to do, what we want to do. I mean, this is truly what I've been talking about since the beginning of my podcast, is how we just keep getting in our own way. And the biggest one and the biggest topic that everything has been, about up until now is about purpose. Are you living your life purpose? What are you doing with your life? I mean, it still is in the concrete. What job are you going to get? If you go to school, what are you going to get your degree in? And then what kind of job can you get with that degree? And oh boy, most of the research that I did, it all started with most of the therapists or even speakers were talking about procrastination, and that it starts in college, which I'm fascinated by, that it came up so many times that so many different people said that. And I mean, I think it starts where actually it starts from what you sort of ingest, what you take in, what you see, what you don't see in your family of origin. Because it's a learned behavior. And it can also be a deterrent. If you come from an goodness, I am having difficulty speaking today, so I'm going to slow down. If you come from an authoritative or authoritarian type of family, you could procrastinate as a defense mechanism, as a, I'm not doing what you want me to do because you want me to do it. I'm going to do it my way and in my time. And so I'm assuming that there's some percentage of us that have absolutely experienced that and feel that. So procrastination, therefore, then can be looked at as a trait, but it doesn't have to be. It's all what you make of it. We've all procrastinated. I'm assuming, so correct me if I'm wrong. We've all jumped into things that we wanted to do immediately. We've all put off things that we didn't want to do. We've also even jumped into things and done things that we didn't want to do because the pain pushes until the vision pulls. And that's truly what happens with procrastination. It becomes, to me, my life became so painful because I wasn't living my purpose that I had to do something. I had to stop with the excuses that I was making. And that's the 80% of the time I'm 100%. And then the other 20, I allow myself to be human, and I do procrastinate, and I put things off, or I ignore, or I bury my head in the sand, all of the things. I love the images that I now have, of the ostrich burying its head in the sand, because if you don't see it, it might not actually be there. Shh, don't tell it. I digress. I've just been feeling so many different things, and I've been putting off talking about this. Oh my goodness. I did not bring another box of tissues. I finished my box of tissues and did not bring another. So I'm going to stop. I've just been a whole bundle of emotions. One of the biggest things that I used to do was that I would take on so many tasks. I would say yes to so many things that I would just get overwhelmed, and then I could just blame it on that. Oh my God, I just have so many things to do that I just can't get to them. And then that would lead me into being lazy and just give me another reason to beat myself up, which then in turn would bring it all back around to me feeling as though me being lazy, me not doing what I said I would do, me not keeping my word, which is one of the 4 agreements, me being impeccable with my word. It's all fucking intertwined, people. You always have a choice, each and every moment. Do you choose love? Do you choose yourself? Do you choose to be of service? Hands. Are you in the school of love or in the school of service? Some of us have a mixture of both, as I do as well. And so it's part of my purpose. My purpose, according to my hands, is to be in the spotlight, to be an inspiration. That's according to the gene keys. I'm laughing at myself at the thoughts in my head, because what am I procrastinating now? What am I not saying? Because like procrastination, depression involves a failure to act. And I spent so much of my life being depressed. And so now where I've come to is just giving myself the opportunity. I've been allowing, and I know I've mentioned this before, I've allowed myself to do nothing. I've allowed myself to be lazy, to sit back and just do nothing, which is actually being a human being, which is one of the biggest things that I got from all of my research and all of the reading and just sitting and being in meditation with procrastination. Because lack of energy and motivation doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't mean that you are lazy. It's the things we say to ourselves and how we talk to ourselves, how we beat ourselves up. That's why I put in the meditation all of those questions. Because most of us are always trying to answer the question why, which keeps us stuck, which continues the procrastination. Because if we can't answer why do we do this or why don't we do this? Just accept this is what you do. The mind is so incredibly powerful. If you don't want to do something, you're going to go and check your emails, or you're going to Google what the weather is in a city that you're thinking about going to and visiting in a year from now. So what's the weather today? Maybe it'll be the same in here. I mean, the mind is incredible what it can do to stop us, you, from doing what it is that you want to do. So procrastination can actually weaken your immune system, which then again makes you feel worse about yourself. See how it's all intertwined? Because how you feel physically affects how you feel mentally, and how you feel mentally affects how you feel physically. Procrastination. We overestimate the time that we think we need to perform the task. So then we don't even start. Or we underestimate the time. So we overestimate how much time we have left, how much time we have left to do the task. And then we underestimate how long it's going to take, which once again just gets us all entangled within ourselves. And it continues to allow us to just feel like crap and beat ourselves up. And then we have the voices in our head that tell us, oh, you're not doing it right. Or why didn't you get started? You're not good enough. You can't accomplish anything. You're fill in the blank. Thank you so much for just allowing me my rant. And we're going to go to a short break. And when we come back, I'm going to talk more about procrastination and why it is that you procrastinate, because I do too. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Feel to Heal show. And I look forward to seeing you back from break.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning into the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, on the Inspired Choices Network, and talking about procrastination. And why do we beat ourselves up? In one of my researches, the articles that I read, Dr. Ferrari, is an associate professor of psychology at DePaul University, and he just said it so beautifully that procrastination is not a problem of time management or of planning. Procrastinators are not different in their ability to estimate time, although they are more optimistic than others. So telling someone who procrastinates to buy a weekly planner is like telling someone with chronic depression to just cheer up. That's what I was talking about. It's so intertwined, how we treat ourselves and the things that we say to ourselves that prevent us from actually doing that task at hand. I've perfected this. I am the best fucking procrastinator on the planet, or at least I was. I know that I have a deadline, obviously every Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I've got to be sitting here in front of my computer, ready to talk about a topic, about a subject that I have chosen. And I start working on the show days before, a week before. Each week I allow the topic to work me. And there have been some shows, like Fear, that I was so afraid to do. I am just so fascinated, and I'm so grateful that I did not procrastinate on this show. I am so grateful that I didn't push it up to the limit like I used to. I get to also be in the noticing of that. And I wish this for all of you, that you would just stop beating yourselves up and just fucking do it. You know? It's so simple. And yet we make it so complicated. Why do we have to make things so hard when it can be so easy? And because we push things to the deadline, it just, why do we have to work ourselves up? Does everything have to be hard won? Or else it doesn't feel as though we've actually won? Like, why do we have to suffer? Why do we do this to ourselves? And I'm going to stop asking the questions why. Because here's the thing. There is no answer. It doesn't fucking matter what the answer is. It doesn't matter why we do what we do. Just stop. because it's not serving you. I know it's very easy for me to say. And I know I've talked about the Stop It video. And it is so brilliant. Just stop it. Stop these stupid thoughts. You're not stupid. Your thoughts are. Separating that out. I'm not calling you stupid. I laugh at some of the thoughts that I have because they're just thoughts. You don't have to act on them. I'm just going to breathe. As a reformed procrastinator, as I say that, most procrastinators just lie to themselves. So that's where I'm coming from. As a reformed procrastinator, I used to lie to myself and tell myself, oh, I'll just feel more like doing this tomorrow. Or, I just work best under pressure. But no, that was actually never really true. It was just more of the lies that we tell ourselves, more of the lies that I told myself. Lie, 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 lie. We all lie to ourselves. Again, for some unknown reason. And it just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, as long as you come from here, from your heart, and not your head, everyone will know that. And we have been so conditioned by the collective, by our families, by ourselves, by our tribe, by anyone and everyone, to figure it out up here. The answers are not here. They will never be here. I mean, because as I'm even speaking, my words are somewhat inspirational. You either agree with me or you don't agree with me, or you're like, oh my God, she is so fill in the blank. And here's the thing, I'm okay with whatever you think or feel about me, because I'm speaking the words from here, from my heart, because I know what this planet needs. I know what this world needs. I know what you need. You need to show up as the best version of yourself 85 to 90% of the time, coming from your heart and letting go of all of the minutia, all of the fucking crap, all of those thoughts that just are not serving you. They're just thoughts. Watch them pass by. Let them go. That's why every meditation starts with receiving a breath. And on the exhale, let go of all the things that are not serving you, because you just don't need them. But we hold on to them and we make excuses and we blame. Oh, it's because of my childhood. Oh, it's because of my boss. Oh, it's because of my teacher. Oh, it's because of my child. No, it's not. It's because of you and the choices that you are making and allowing yourself to be stuck where you are. Because that's what procrastination is. Procrastination is all the excuses that you use to prevent you from living your purpose, living your best life. Sorry. There's so many memes. Live your best life. It's always a choice. And there are moments when I choose to just be frustrated, annoyed, angry, blame, beat myself up. And each and every day it becomes less and less, because I found out that that's actually what is so truly exhausting. That pain, the pain pushes until the vision pulls. Totally blanking on who said that. I'm quoting someone and I forget who it is. Although it's true, and it's actually been something that I have been living by. And I've let go of so much of the pain that I was using as an excuse to prevent me from living my purpose. So I know I mentioned my purpose in my hands, and now in the gene keys is yes. Nope, upside down. So Richard Rudd and the Gene Keys is just incredible how he downloaded all of this stuff. It is it's a lot based on the human design aspect. It's about the 64 codons and the I Ching, and I'm just beginning to study it. So for me, because I can really only truly speak for myself, my purpose, and according to Richard Rudd, and so I'm going to go back to the beginning. Your purpose, your hidden gift, your purpose lies hidden deep within your DNA. When you trust in your highest dreams and have the courage to manifest them through your life's work, then your purpose begins to nourish you from deep within your being. So when you ignite the gift of your gene key, that is your purpose, then you activate the forces of synchronicity and grace in your outer life. Your purpose is all laid out for you already. And all you have to do is unlock it. And this can only occur as you embrace your own inner nobility and express it through selfless service and unconditional love. There we go. Selfless service and unconditional love. I've been with unconditional love a lot. And unconditional love is truly about accepting yourself for who you are, the way that you are. I know I've been talking about outside of yourself. It's about accepting the other for who they are, the way that they are. And that's what makes a really good relationship, although it needs to start with you. So when we come back from break, we'll talk more about purpose and your purpose and procrastination and why you do what you do. Actually, no, I'm not going to talk about why you do what you do. I just had to put that in because that's where the mind goes, because that's what you need to hear. You need to know why you do what you do. And then maybe you could let it go. Although let's not keep getting caught up in it. So thank you so much for listening to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, on the Inspired Choices Network. And please reach out to me through my website at feeltoheal.com or my email, SharynNichols@feeltoheal.com. And I so look forward to seeing you back from break. Watch some chair dancing.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Feel to Heal show. Today's topic is procrastination and purpose. And the last segment, I started talking about your life's work and your purpose. And so I just brought up the Gene Keys because it's really a great way for me to anchor it in for myself. It does help me with this construct of why I am the way that I am, why I do what I do, why I think the way I think, and then I can let it go. So for me, my purpose is actually inspiration. And it is spiritual because it serves to loosen the hold of my mental constructs, opening and expanding my capacity for love. And I got the went off over my head that this exactly is what this whole podcast has been since I started and where I'm going and where I'm taking it. Because this has been truly about me and coming from a place of love. Me speaking from here, even though I was in the beginning, I was so stuck in my head. And it had to be perfect. It had to be right. I had to know exactly what I was going to say, to the point where I would type it all out and then I would read it. And my producer would yell at me every single time I would read it. She's like, Sharyn, you know this. Stop it. There's that stop it thing again. So it's about the choices and it's about letting go. And if I tell you that I have 22 pages of stuff written that I've just looked at and glanced at and only read that one thing because I wanted to make sure I got that quote right. Because if I'm quoting somebody, I want to make sure I get it correct. The rest of this is just me riffing. It's just me being present, which I know is something else that I've been talking about. And I used to procrastinate being present. So that's also what procrastination does. It keeps you from being present. We are so incredible. Us human beings are so fucking incredible. What we can create for ourselves because of the lower based energies of fear and judgment, not being enough, just all of that, and lack. And we keep ourselves there. Except in this moment, the only person judging me would be me. Because you're going to judge me no matter what. So just about letting it go. Just about letting it go. I am so grateful for myself that I said yes to this. I have such gratitude and love. And thank you so much for you out there, for those who are listening, for those who do hear me. And thank you so much for judging me. I mean that sincerely. Because if you're judging me, then you're putting it in some sort of construct for yourself. So now let that judgment go. Stop judging yourself. Because there is no comparison. Because if I can do it, so can you. You're a human being just like me. We are no different. We both put on our pants one leg at a time. unless, of course, you're some sort of acrobat, and that goes into another whole area that we're not even going to get into right now. It's such a simple construct, and yet we make it so fucking huge. And maybe that's to justify our own existence. Because if things actually come easy, then we're judged for that. Why? I'm just nodding and shaking my head and thinking, what am I procrastinating right now? What am I not doing? What am I beating myself up for? Why? It doesn't even matter. Is there anything more that I should be adding? Let's talk about being lazy. I know I mentioned it before. Laziness is not a negative. I should probably mention some things that you can, some strategies that you can do for reducing procrastination in your life, in the concrete. This is if you have a deadline. And then maybe if you also don't. Maybe this is just about you getting up and saying, you know what? I'm going to start living my life purpose. Because here's the thing, you know what your life purpose is. You don't actually even need one of these. Although I can tell you in your hands, I can tell you in your human design, and I can also tell you from your gene keys. Here's the thing, the biggest, and I'm going to say the most important thing, we've talked about this, set realistic goals for yourself. Break things down into specific tasks. That's why in the meditation, it was about taking little baby steps, remember? Baby step, baby step, baby step. And then if you look back, all of a sudden, you've done a lot. And be honest with yourself, which happens to be next week's topic. We're going to talk about honesty. Because it's such a lonely word, and everyone is so untrue, as I quote Billy Joel. So be honest with yourself. Don't say yes to something that you're definitely never going to do. Don't keep pulling yourself in and allowing and being and doing. Say no. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. Stop the judging. Don't take on more than you can possibly do. It's all right. Be kind to yourself, everyone. Stop procrastinating. Show up for yourself. Love yourself. Come from here, not from here. There is no procrastinating in your heart. It's only in your head. Let it go. Let it go. Thank you so much for listening to today's show on procrastination. It has been a true pleasure and honor for me to go through this exercise and being able to let go and truly come from my heart and not my head. So I look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for choosing to listen to the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show. Sharyn Nichols will return next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, give up the struggle, feel all you need to feel, and make this week your best one yet.